Jeez, I'm just chatting away. It's the OK button's just sitting there. Okay, let's go. Let's go. A little bald baby. Waking Noxel up. Ooh, you could tell. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, if it's open beta, we'll probably play it. I'm gonna finish this first. I think. I'm gonna finish this playthrough first. But after that, sure. Noxel cameo, he's sleeping. So people are like, show him, he wants to sleep. If I could wear Radabon in real life, would you wear it on stream? It looks good. Stream him sleeping. That's probably against like a Twitch rule. He's not like a pet. I can't just put a camera on him. We need Monster Bone Plus. I put it into what? My sword and shield? Yeah, I think we need to go Gun Lance. I'm glad we had the same idea though about him being like pet-like. I just don't think it's allowed. He wouldn't appreciate it anyway. He's shy. Technically, we want the high metal coil, right? And then if we can make the Palomu arms. If we can't, we might just farm them. We only need one more power. Okay, we'll do that real quick. It's probably worth it. I don't think it's gonna be that hard, especially if we got him in the arena. I think we do. We were trying to do Rathalos last night. Let me be very clear. We were trying to do low rank Rathalos last night, and we got walled. This is like... That's never happened before. So we're gonna... I can't hit his head. Like, his head is impossible to hit. So we gotta make some adjustments. It's gonna be people who have not seen this mod yet. Is your first time seeing this mod? You're like, oh, streamer's on a little bit later than usual. I could tune in. You missed it yesterday. Ooh, boy. Ooh. You're in for a treat. You're in for a little treat. It's gonna be a while before we get to Shara. Definitely a while before we get to Fatalis. He might still be normal. He's normal for like 30. Nope, not anymore. Not normal anymore. That didn't take long. Swim to Japan from Miami? I don't know how long it would take. Depends how many miles per hour you could swim. His hitbox does change. Definitely. Because we've had situations before where he suddenly shot his ass out at me. Finally pulled Scarlet. I see Noxilla using Scarlet on his team. Look how much damage he just did to me. There's a Palomu. He almost one-shot me with armor. Sorry, hello. I just said hello, didn't you? Did not? I like how he gets kind of like back to normal when he's like all inflated. No. Be proud? What happened? Be proud of my deformed child over here? What am I being proud of? You farmed Alamadur for a thing? I know you were doing that yesterday. Do you rank Fatalis and Crimson for you? Oh, that's great. Think I've ever slayed a Fatalis? The 4th gen Fatalises are pretty fun. World Fatalis is also pretty fun. 2nd gen, as well as Dire Morales, not that fun. You gonna play a dose on the 4th? Probably. We should have this run over by then. He's so strong. He's so strong. I'm not used to this game being difficult. Please. No, I mean this is real stuff. This is like a real challenge. Why did you run ahead? It's like every single attack that he does is dangerous. Wormstake Blast was a little tedious to get out. I think it's more than old Monster Hunter damage. And the thing is like, his moveset gets so weird, being all wiggly. Like, it's so weird. It's not just funny, it is funny. But it actually makes the fight harder. This is with some upgraded armor, too. I mean, it's not upgraded, but I mean, this is all, you know, Rarity 3 gear. We're gonna get him the Dragonator, and hopefully that'll do something. Countered, filtered, dusted, washed. You can go down the list. I do like the dancing dinosaur emote. I want the defender armor. I'm not even sure how much the defender armor would help. Hard mode on its own isn't a big deal. Like, I fought Odo with hard mode on and no wacky mode, and it was just another Odo. He was harder, but wasn't that bad. Hard mode plus wacky. It's so hard. Where is he? He's here. I need to get him over here. Oh. Please. Did the Dragonator miss? Oh no. It hit both hits. Now we can get our one Palomo pelt to have slightly stronger artillery damage. I think we're going to do that. I'm going Gun Lance against Rathalos because for some reason with his body design, when he goes long, his head like slips into the ground. Kind of like this Palomo. I think it's because I had the ghillie mantle on, he didn't notice me. Amatsu, hello, good afternoon. Let's keep the honey going. King, hello. Okay. Gonna make the arms. I don't know what else to do with him. Honestly, like, I think I just gotta go for artillery on his legs, as weird as that sounds. If I can get 1 point of guard, that would probably be okay. Maybe the, Radabon Helm? Or the Tacit. The Tacit I wouldn't want. Next is Rathalos. Rathalos has been filtering us a little bit. We tripled to him twice. Maybe I won't need it. I'll probably need it. I've never... It's been a very, very long time since I felt any concern in low rank. Eating for Guts, Moxie. I don't really have a lot of food choices. And yeah, Matsu, just let me know if you need the name or link to the app that I was using from the Maldi ping tuber. It's like so easy to use. Yeah, and then Guts is only going to save us once. Such a weird mod. Uh-huh. 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 Okay. Let's eat first. If it has like a little deer as like its mascot, then that's the one that I used. So scary. so intimidating. It's actually working really well. We're getting the tail. That was weird. Did not mean to do that. Something a little funny happened with my controller. I don't know. There's something about the mod. Sometimes it like makes my shoulder buttons a little funny. I don't know what it is. I don't think that was it though. No, we do not have to reset the game after every hunt. It's better now. Yeah, it was one hit. It's one hit. He looks funny, but he's very serious. Ooh. Is this the best game ever made? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I can't think of a better game. Time I cut your time yourself out, you can be timed out a lot, buddy. But you know what? If that's what you need, go for it. How much longer do I have left in Japan? Like a month and a week? When I leave, what will I miss about the country? The food. It's perfect in every way. His tail is... he's going crazy over there. Ooh. Come on, man. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. I don't know if this tree is safe. I don't know if he could destroy it. The wiggle mod really makes things harder. Like it really, really does. You wouldn't think it. But it adds so much unpredictability to the monsters. Scared. He's so hard. I'm just gonna upgrade my Tacit. I think I'm gonna upgrade it with armor spheres. No, Wacky's all the time. It takes 30 seconds for it to kick in. Technically 35 seconds for it to kick in. I don't have enough money. Never thought it would be Rathalos. I mean, the hard mod on its own, I think, would be a challenge. It's just like when you combine everything together, it's like a new level of hell. No, Diablos is next. Use the snowman. Use that technology against the hard technology. It's actually it's pretty good advice. Diablos is going to be incredibly difficult. That's going to be hard as hell. I would assume all models can technically do the glitch. Get the spacing right. Oh my god. What is he doing? He just got very large. Oh, he never saw me. He's going up. It's actually kind of a good thing. It actually is a good thing. Because we're going to be able to get him under the rock, I think. Which is another 5% damage. Oh, he's up there. That's a little annoying. But he probably will not be interrupted. Wallbang would probably be worth it. I'm just trying not to use wallbangs and slinger bursts in low rank or high rank. Oh, that's so intimidating. Bleedy's still up. Did I get him? Ooh, I got him. Okay. Let's try and get him with this. Okay, we're good. 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 We're so good. All right, we gotta gilly up. Gotta sharpen. I gotta use everything that I have against him. Like I can't I can't hold back if we're gonna beat him. What? Oh, he's sleeping. Oh, so weird. Don't wake him up. Why would you do that? Sometimes it's hard to tell if he's actually still flying or not. He takes up the whole zone. Yeah, I'm not planning on needing Rocksteady or Temporal. I'm not saying definitely not. I'm just saying I'm not planning on it. This is just like the movie. I still fight Lunastra anyways, though. I mean, I'm really just planning on going to Fatalis. I'm not really sure I'm going to go out of my way for Lunastra stuff. I don't know what'll be wiggly on Banbro. I mean, it's possible he just breaks. Well, he might be in this tree, right? Yeah, he's up there. Pikmin 4? Pikmin 4, and then I think Remnant 2 came out. Good day for video games. How much more HP? I don't know an exact amount. It's definitely more. I don't want to say double. It feels like less than double, but it's definitely more than 100%. It changed, like, so many files. Fire cannon low. How's it going? I mean, it's going. we already tripled to him once this stream. Thank you very much. Happy Friday? Oh. Yeah, no, I tripled once. I think we got, I mean, I want to say we got him this time. I just don't. I just don't know. The big question was, how would this mod affect other people that didn't have it installed? The Wiggly mod. I imagine it wouldn't do anything. No! Why is there a thing there? Oh, why is he still here? No! I gotta put my headphones on. Like, I usually say, oh, I don't need audio to play this game anymore. I'm fine without audio. But there's, like, so much more unpredictability. Use speed running. I'm speed running something. Do you not see the monster? Do you not see what he's doing? It's so scary. Why? Don't kill me, please. He was ready. He's looking back at me. No, it was greedy. You're right. I should not have used the worm stake. I just thought we had time. No, we didn't. Thank you again, Fire Cannon. I don't have any money. I can't afford the bombs that I need. If I consider using Lance? Yeah, and then I just don't. We still have Diablos. I'm less worried about Diablos than I am Rathalos. I might farm up Guard 1, though, for Diablos, honestly. I think that's the right choice. Or I could just use, like, I don't know, Sword and Shield. It's probably fine. Less greedy strats. Just don't get greedy, right? What is the lore behind this mod? I would blame The Witcher, maybe. Look at that head. I love it. His head looks weird when he's chilling out. Anyways. So the funny thing is grappling onto the wiggly head can sometimes kind of break things. We were causing the game to crash fighting Odo. Whenever we'd latch onto his head, the game would crash. I like it when he goes, like, little mode. It's both, Loggy. It's definitely both dumb and amazing. Coolest Duelist, thank you. Very much appreciated for your Prime sub. I mean, if anyone's got their Prime sub and it's just, like, sitting there, why not use it here? Use it on Wiggly Rathalos. Don't kill me! Oh, I'm so lucky. You had to? I appreciate it very much. Are you still good with Prime subs? Do I need the regular ones? I did get the new Twitch contract, but it hasn't said anything about them removing what I had before, so I don't know. I don't know when I'll know. Him stretching out his neck actually made it harder for me right now. Sell me your bidets again? I should become a bidet salesman. You have Monster World as your category, and actually Monster World. Could you even call this Monster Hunter World, though? Have you seen the game? Emer? You're an Emer. How Japanese bidets? Oh, they're so nice. They're warm, and they've got so much pressure. What is he doing? Toby's here. We have to be careful. And that's Anjanov. I'm pretty sure if I did an SOS, I would get banned. I think if he fireballs while his head is in his ass, it just comes out of his hole. Thought the average bidet pressure was relatively low there. Go to the mall near the aquarium in Osaka, and you will no longer say that. What? How did that? Did the Toby? What? The Toby activated the flash button. What? I'm the reason why World is higher in viewership than Rise? Goddamn game. Leave me alone. No. I'm not asking for much. Okay, this is where I want him. Because we can get him with the rock. Oh, some people have been saying that this has been a wonderful experience to watch. I was worried it would get old. It has not gotten old for me yet. I don't know if it's gotten old for anyone else, but it's still as fresh as the day I started it, which was yesterday. Why are they both up here? Don't heal me. Don't hit me. Don't. No, no, no. Yeah, that's true. You're forgetting about Monster Hunter now. How dare you? What is this stuff doing? No! Is he enraged? Okay, he's enraged. Alright, we can go down. Come on, dude. His wings are broken, which helps a little bit. God, he's getting so long. What hit me? Do you see the long noodle neck? Does the hitbox extend? Yes! Yes, it extends. The game just crashed. It'll do that sometimes. It's okay. Maybe Charge Blade would be good. What did I fight after Zora last night? Well, after Zora won, you fight Palomu. But it was time for Wild Hearts. I don't even have the game installed. Island game mode and balloons? Of course I do. There's a competitive mode out. Was it not competitive before? It felt like a little bit too buggy for it to be competitive. I don't have enough money. I guess I could sell all my auto parts. Competitive balloons with 3,000 kilobits a second. That actually sounds really funny. Which has had animated emotes for like a couple years now. Animating emotes without any extension, yeah. No, it's been a couple of years. I'm sorry, I hate to be the one to tell you that, but it's been 2 to 3 years at least. All right, maybe we'll get a KO off. This is it. This is it. This is my final thing I can do. Ooh. Oh, the dino is brand new. I like Kermit. I mean, it did take Twitch a very long time to add animated emotes. I was in a conference call at one point. I'm like, yo, why don't you guys have animated emotes? Like, animated emotes? What's that? I'm not saying I'm responsible for it, but they're here now, so. Snuxella not bound to a chair, being forced to live chat anymore? He's still sleeping, man. Awake. Why would I do that? No, he has a bed. He has his own bed. Super pound him. Pokemon Sleep? I don't think he plays Pokemon Sleep. He plays a lot of gacha games. He's got at least, like, 3 daily gacha games he plays. Slumber Party style? We both... I mean, at least I appreciate having my own space. And then I gotta get up and scream. I'm sure you'd appreciate not getting woken up as I'm doing this stuff. And he's gone? Alright. I think he's gonna go eat. And whenever he does that, he goes eats. Okay, well, we know now. I think? Seems like it. What's he eating? Don't, please. And now he probably goes to the middle? So weird. Oh no, he's right up there. Okay, never mind. Oh, damn. They're fighting. Oh, it's so scary fighting him. No, 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 no! I like how it looks like he's charging up his fireball by wiggling his head around. I can't. I can't tell what he's gonna do. He's facing his head under his body at me. Oops. Oh, that ledge kind of screwed me up a little bit. Why do I use a high commitment weapon? Because he sticks his head underground. I can't hit him normally. I was blocking. I was blocking forward. It's so hard. Clutch his face when his head goes crazy mode. Dude, it'll crash the game. Sometimes. Not every time, but definitely sometimes. Ooh! Would you still kill monsters fastball instead of turning behind a shield for 49 minutes? Oh, yeah. Can the hunter also be wiggly? I can't imagine. His head just got really small. Machado, hello. Okay, I was going for it. Cool charge blade? Thanks, man. I don't feel very cool. But... Is he up here? He's up here. I've got a good amount of Wrathtail carves. That's true. I didn't know what direction it was going in. Why did he get stuck? Why did he fall over? Lance? So lame. I should be willing to use traps, though. Traps would be beneficial. I think we got it on this one. Bow? Toby bow would actually be pretty damn good. When did I give up on hammer? I can't hit his head. His head is in the ground. I don't know how many times they're gonna say this. No, we're never gonna use Defender. No, that's not happening. $666 messages in June. I've seen some Hail Satan-esque messages in Japan. Oh, this is July. Fair enough. Anyone try and convert me? I don't think they were 100% aware of the type of shirt that they were wearing. I think they're just like, this has got some cool English text and images on it. I don't think you had anyone like actively converting people to the Church of Satanism. Could be wrong on that. But. Is that a good or a bad omen? Good, clearly. I just need like more defense. Except, like, I don't want to, like, upgrade low rank gear. I want to wait until I'm in high rank. I don't know what happened. 666 people in China in the mid-2000s say that a lot when you work there. I never heard them say it. Ooh. I feel like the gun lance worked out the best. I think we're gonna... I think we're gonna fight Baroth. and try to make his helmet. Just to get guard +1 and just hide behind my lance in full burst. I still have small barrel bombs. I have not run out yet. We're getting there though. We're running out of money, resources. I like this guy's voice. Okay. I don't think I've seen Wiggling Bear off yet. Oh, he's scary, man. Don't. His head almost reached. Ooh. I was gonna say it almost reached out and grabbed him in the head. It's so bad. I can't tell what he's doing. I can't tell. I wonder if this gives a thorn pod. What a shame. I'm trying to get to the point where I can hit the tail. He actually missed because his head was too big. I want to cut the tail, though. Which is, like, surprisingly difficult. I'm sorry. We got the tail anyways. Yeah, it was really tweaking at the end there, wasn't it? Its tail is so long. We might have to fight him again. At this rate, I might even just make the Anjanath legs. It's just like the high rank legs are just so much better. We never got the charm. Maybe defense 1 is the thing that we're missing. I don't know if she left yet. She did leave. Okay. Gator, hello. How am I? I've been hard stuck on Rathalos for almost 1.5 hours. So I've been better. But, you know, we're making progress. I got him within capture range once. Dude, it's like, you can't tell what he's doing, and every attack he does, like, one-shots me. So it's not easy. Hasn't been easy. I should probably restock on these, huh? Flash pods are running a little low. I feel like this is the run. I think guard 1's going to help a lot. Okay, I've never done this before. This might make a difference. Having the worm stake in early? No. Controls are tweaking a little bit. Like not even... It's like the L1 and R1 aren't even working. That's fine. We'll just be playing on hard mode a little bit. It's very confusing. This is going to be real bad. Can I even... How do I even shoot? Don't... Yeah, my controls are like mega cursed right now. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes his whole body goes wiggly. Not fair. I really can't do anything. I'm gonna try and set the controls back and see if they work. I'm literally just gonna unplug the controller. I don't know what it is. Oh. Okay, never mind. That fixed it. Okay, I had it set to the wrong thing. That was my bad. That is the way to fix it. Is you got to switch R1 to R1. I don't know why that happens. It is like the game wants to make the hunter wiggly too. So he's there. All right, we're happy. We're happy with him there. We haven't carded yet. I don't think we've done a ton of damage, to be honest with you. I don't think we've done great. That was interesting. Still a little cursed. L1 is still causing some issues. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're having some issues. Wiggly mod alone would have been a challenge. Well, now we've got an extra challenge. Doing it again. It's doing it again. Ranka, hello. Oh. No. No. His head was in the ground. No. No Toby. No Toby. No Toby. Oh, perfect. His head is upside down. Oh. Okay, okay. What's he looking around for? Over here, bunny. His head got really tiny. I couldn't hit him. I think he might be ready. He's very close to being ready. I think this is the run. I really want it to be the run. This is even with the controls kind of getting a little screwy on me as well. Excuse me. Oh my god. It's not the controller. The controller's not broken. It's the software. This will be the first time we cleared Rathalos, yeah. What's the gimmick for this run? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, Albino's mod is definitely cursing it in some way. I mean, it's deserved. Toby, please. Toby, please. It's so hard. I've never fought anything so hard. Ever. It only took an hour and 40 minutes. If the game doesn't crash, I gotta restart the game. I'm assuming the game's about to crash. It didn't crash. Okay. All right, I gotta restart the game. My controls are going crazy. I don't think Diablos will be as bad. I don't know, man. With Charge Blade? Or Gunlance, it should be okay. Muslim gaming is so hard. It's just like such a challenge. I mean, the last time we used the mod for Zora, he fell through the ground. And then the time I used it before that, in the beginning of the game, I fell through Zora. But I mean, I'll leave it on. We'll try it once, but I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, I don't know why Albino's mod affects like certain things. Like, it shouldn't affect your controls, and yet sometimes it does. We actually didn't use any healing. That's impressive. Playing a chaos mod? A little bit. Yeah. Because, like, the monster's range will randomly shrink or extend. But then at the same time, everything they do does an insane amount of damage. I don't think I'm as worried about Diablos. Should do a run with a move randomizer. That was a good run. We did a couple of them. Yeah, I could see that happening again in the future. It would definitely be too hard. I think it would be too hard. I'm not 100% where they are. What am I hitting that I'm bouncing on? The tail? He's almost normal now. The tail got so long. No. I don't think I've done any damage to him yet. Maybe hammer would work here. Hammer might work here. He's hungry. Gunlight's the safest. I don't want to spend every... No! Actually walled by low rank. Oh no, I would never gun. Are you kidding me? This time for sure? No guarantees. Oh, this is... We're on a hard mode mod, Igwe. Things are doing like double damage and they get a speed modifier. Slinger burst? No. Defense up might have a value. This is interesting. There's still Baroth body still spawns. It's up here? What? Huh? He's little, so it's going to take a while for him to get there. I missed my guard point. That was... I should have just blocked. Should have just blocked. I don't know why. Greedy? It was a little greedy. Yeah, you're right. You can read this attacks. I was confident. But the confidence was very misplaced. I haven't landed a single S80 yet. You want to see Wiggly Fatalis? It's going to be a hard-won battle to get up there, let alone to beat him. Oh, we're gonna get to Fatalis. You gotta unlock that camp. I think we're going to use Sword and Shield. I think Sword and Shield's a good middle ground. TA resets. Usually TA runners have like damaged the monster in some way. I don't think I've really damaged him. Have a good night, Dwarven man. What time is it? 7 p.m.? Oh my god, I cut all those tails. I didn't even get a marrow? That's upsetting. My money. Oh, because of the drugs? Oh, I understand. You know, that Pookie Pookie weapon actually looks pretty good. It's only 10 less raw. I need 3 poison sacks. That could be okay. Watch the warm-up for Iceborne to give myself tips. I don't think warm-up for Iceborne Shepherd was ready. Ooh, no. I guess that's probably worth it, right? He's been sleeping fine, believe it or not. He's still... I hear him peacefully snoring in the corner. Pookie's probably one of the most enjoyable monsters to fight with this mod up. He's so weird. Why is Kulu here? Spooky, 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 hard mode, and in Wiggly, we would just be dead. Okay, I'm gonna wallbang him. I'm thinking about wallbanging him simply just to... In theory, they can get more wiggly. We could reduce the time it takes for the wiggle to happen, and we can exchange the size of the wiggle. Kinda hit him? Damn. Oh no. No. It's kind of interesting seeing that move. I don't know, man. I've got no words. He's almost dead. Lame. Okay. It's interesting how, like, even these early fights, you know, they're still taking like 5 minutes. Now, granted, it's not like the Anjanov hammer's the strongest thing in the world, but it's still, you know, the Pookie doesn't just die. Need like 3 poison sacks? It's only ever the first monster, Timac. Albino might be able to fix it so that it's 2 or all of them, but the mod's already pretty unstable as it is. And as I say that, the game crashes. The nice thing is, if it's gonna crash, it usually waits until after it's autosaved. So outside of being like a little annoying, like we don't lose any major progress. We're not set back in any way. know, maybe Gun Lance would be a bit faster, I don't know. Oh, I downgraded it? Oops. Okay, never mind. But yeah, we'll probably have to continually upgrade our weapons and armor the whole way through, just to not get one-shot by most things. I am trying to be stubborn with Diablos and slip through just so I can make high-rank armor. Like, I could craft high-rank bone and alloy pretty easily enough. Or even Great Jagras, and that would be fine. But doing stuff like farming like low-rank Rathlos and stuff like that just doesn't feel like super worth it to me. You good, Kulu? We didn't slip through the world that time. That was pretty good. I'm just thinking Diablos takes, I think, still slightly more poison damage in world. But at the very least, like, to lose 10 raw and gain all that poison, I think it's got to be worth it. So cursed. Okay, that was a lot faster this time. So hopefully we get, what, the 2 poison sacks? And then we've got everything we need. Pretty sure we have everything we need. Yeah, I don't think I've ever routed for the Pookie Sword and Shield ever? Got one. It's a pretty rare reward, isn't it? Because a Rathian gives them as well? I don't know who's the most common one. Just a random reward. Does end up being really, really good in Master Rank. I could see us using Pookie stuff again in Master Rank. Again, one of the easier guys to farm, and poison being generally better than nothing. Dumpy little body. What's happening ahead? He's getting wiggly, man. Ooh! He shrunk inside his body when I got his head out. I can't even hit it. It's hidden. Oh, it's out again. He got excited. This is the only thing that makes me sad whenever we're about to get out of the zone and he just flies away. That makes me sad. Oh, it looks disgusting. Hopefully we get our last poison sac here. We should. What's a really neat visual effect on the sleep bubbles? I never realized it. It distorts the area behind them. Okay, Sword and Shield should be fine. Got a 3 for 3DS. Which weapon should I use? You really want me to decide that for you? I don't know. Gun Lance is pretty fun. Does require 3 coral crystals, which is not like 0 coral crystals. I guess this is fine. I guess I could put the other arms on for 2 more defense. And Quick Sheath, I don't even know if Quick Sheath, like, really does anything to Sword and Shield. I mean, if it's the difference between life and death, I guess I'll take it. Oh, is Exoprimal? Seems alright. I'd recommend the game. I don't know if $60 is a great price point for the vast majority of people. I feel like that's a lot of money. I mean, it is a lot of money, right? But that doesn't mean the game itself is bad. Some people said they really did not like watching it, and I can kind of see that. But I think it was a fun playthrough. I'm glad I played it. I'm glad I played it when I did. I don't know how long it's going to be relevant for. Games like that, you really got to play them on launch. It's kind of sucks, but like if you wait, there's just going to be nobody playing it anymore. You know, I've got a little bit of an advantage. I had plenty of people that were going to be playing it on Steam that I played it with. So we usually had a couple people in the party, and I think that helps a lot. There's no cross-party matchmaking, which is really weird. I'm gonna keep them with poison, just to help keep the poison up. That one, I'm still a little... I don't understand how they went through all the effort of designing crossplay. Friends already dropped it? Well, did they beat it? I mean, if they completed the story, I mean, does that mean they dropped it? I mean, they just beat the game. I mean, outside of finishing the season pass, you know, there's not an official ranked mode anymore unless you're grinding out character levels. You know, depends if you enjoy the core gameplay that much. You're going to keep playing it. Hype up a game, everyone gets it, and then drop it after 2 days. It's a little weird, in my opinion, but I mean, I guess it's their money, right? I mean, I would at least finish it. If they finished it, if they got to credits, I mean, that would be one thing, but if they just, like, get super hype, play it for, like, you know, 48 hours, and, like, they just, like, blew $60, I don't know. Not dead. That pink meat usage. It's one thing if the game's like bad, you know what I mean, and they don't want to play it. But if they were having fun and they just drop it. I mean, I can say that for the most part, the majority of games I try at least put a good amount of time in, if not actually complete. I don't know if I'm like, how I feel about the idea that you have to like play and beat every game you buy, because like, if you don't like a game, it's like if you were like eating a food or reading a book or something or watching a movie and it's just like bad, like why would you keep doing that? Why would you do that to yourself? But if you constantly need new stimulation, I could see that being an issue. Is he charging? What is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. Quitting Anomaly makes sense. Why is my health bar so tiny? I don't have health up 3. I think I'm running at a high resolution as well. I don't know if it shows my resolution here. Might have to go to the main screen. That's so strong. When he shrinks in and his ass makes his entire body like extra hard, that's what makes it so challenging. Question though, Unlucky, you didn't pre-order Wolong, right? Once in a world in this economy, brother. What do you see? What's up next? Don't kill me, please. Ooh, I got off just in time. No! The problem is that attack comes out so much faster when he's enraged. I'm not used to the new timing on it. He gets a 20% speed boost. I seriously, I might have to go Lance on him. As shameful and as disappointing as that is, I don't know if I can beat him with any other weapon other than ranged weapons. I feel like most people would even be okay with Lance in this situation. They probably want to see what high rank looks like. I was planning to go all the way to Fatalis. Somebody else was talking about Spooky earlier. We were fighting him, and we just farmed Pookie. We didn't farm Spooky, but we did farm Pookie. We did Gunlance on Rathalos. Gunlance on Rathalos was actually, like, necessary. Because his head was in the ground. Oh. This is what Spooky looks like underneath the veil. No. Sometimes the hitbox on that is a little sus. I can't tell what he's doing. I can't tell. When he does that move, I can't tell. When he's sucked his head into his own anus. Can't even see the startup animation. I mean, based on his voice, his sound cues, like, I should know. But I've never 100%, like, I always have the audio and visual cue. I've never tried to separate them out entirely. I mean, that would just kill me, I think. Doing a lot of digs. Getting a little sussiness on the controls right now. Yeah, it's bad. The controls broke on me. It's not my fault. They were all screwed up. We're gonna switch over to Lance on him. We have to. It took 10 minutes. I did nothing. Lance appreciators. Today is your day. It's not the controller. It's not the controller that's broken. It's the mod sometimes flips. It like breaks R1 and L1. Let me see if there's a special Lance I can make. Probably just the hard bone Lance. Although I could just revert my sword and shield into a Lance. Maybe I'll do that. I got the money. Alright, we gotta... We'll just do this. The user that's broken. I've been broken. I like the concept of a poison lance. It's kind of neat, actually. I think it's got a lot of sharpness, too, which lance kind of needs. What's wrong? I'm not mad. I'm a little sad. I'm a little sad. I'm getting walled by Diablos. Randomly transforming incredibly powerful Diablos, but still Diablos. Okay, we're fine. But I do think we have him this time. I think we got him. We're still stuck on Diablos less than we were stuck on Rathalos. Polisher and Booster. I'm not using a PlayStation. I'm using a Gillikit Pro. I think it's something... What seems to happen is when I press the shoulder buttons, it brings up the radial menu. The bumper buttons. And so it's like the bumpers are simultaneously acting as L1. There's something funny's going on. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sure there's something funny going on. But I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I don't think zero-sum discharge is going to help me when the monsters one-shot me. Honestly, this is the best we've done ever. He almost looked normal for a second. Lance always screws me up. I think it screws up most people. Dead. He turned little, and it's... Unreal, man. He's looking behind him. Good to see me back on world? Kind of? God damn, the stump. The stump. I feel like we're doing good, though. Maybe Insect Glaive would be a good choice. I know that's always like my fallback, but I feel like Insect Glaive would give a lot of mobility. I guess it would be very difficult to hit the head or the tail. Legs would be easy. The lance kind of resembles the monsters because it gets all stumpy. Is it head and tails that wiggle? It's mostly just the head and tails. Sometimes the wings get a little weird. Cyclaverdos being my biggest crutches recently? Okay, well then we'll give Lance a time to shine. I don't know what he's doing. That almost killed us. We're good, man. That was a messed up hitbox. If I had a power guard, we would have been alright. It looks buggy. A little buggy. Yeah, it's a little buggy. Just gun lance and guard poke. I don't have enough guard. I think you can get it. I mean, if I were to get up to guard 3, it would be okay. Try charge blade. I think we did. I didn't get a single SAD off. He shrinks his head into his butthole every time I try to KO him. I don't think sticky is viable in low rank. think Lance is on this one. Yeah, bow would be okay. I mean, I don't really like using ranged weapons. Almost dead there. Oh, I promise you, I only feel fear. I don't... It's not derpy at all to me anymore. Condor, hello. Happy Friday to you. I do like it when they stick their head in between their legs and like look at you. It's so strong. Oh. Do I have any more rations? I have 2. It's not everything is a one shot. It's just like most things are a one shot. You beat Old Fatalis? Congratulations. I'd be more congratulatory, but I'm fighting the hardest monster hunter I've ever played in my life. Condor, it's just like different. It's like on a different level. This is just low rank. We've progressed one assigned quest all day. we killed Rathalos. Cold res would help. Definitely. How long have I been playing this mod? I think we started yesterday. I could turn off the Wiggly mod to make it easier. Definitely. But I feel like it's a significant part of the challenge. I mean, I tried playing with just the hard mode mod. It was no issue. Okay. I don't know how to feel when he goes into his, like, Chad squished form. I think that was the head. What is wrong with Diablos? This is what happens when we don't get a good Monster Hunter in the last 2 years. We would just be playing Monster Hunter or whatever, Rise or whatever, if it was fun. Instead, we got to do stuff like this. Is that 2 hits? I guess that's 2 hits. I mean, the counter went off. Must be 2 hits. I almost want to, like, get the resources for, like, 12 mega barrel bombs and just bomb the hell out of him. I know that's not the right thing to do, but that's what my heart feels. That's what my heart is crying out for. It was a mistake. I just wanted to see if I could do it. And the answer was no. One of us will be dead soon enough. Oh, I mean, there's no question. AR-300 Special Investigation Diablos is nothing compared to this with level appropriate gear. It's not even close. I don't know what he's doing. I seem to be the sacrifice? Accurate. God, it's so much damage. Good night, Kaiser. Oh no, we've got Clutch Claw. This is harder than getting high in low rank, or getting high in G rank. Like, way harder. Like, your relative damage and defense. The Wiggles Megaloop, man. Like, the Wiggles are so much. Is he still living with me? Yeah, he's in bed right now. Hard mode supercharges the monsters, and then I've got a mod that randomly changes their sizes, which doesn't sound like it makes the game harder. It makes it way harder. One of the hardest parts is it speeds the monsters up when they're enraged. What? Zora changes size, but for the most part, he's only gotten bugged. Like, he clips through the ground. He's not designed to change sizes. Why is his tail sticking out? Damn it. How do I think of monsters feel when being wiggly? Probably really dizzy. I should probably just get max potions. That's probably my solution here. No, it's only the first monster in the quest that gets wiggly. You could probably do stuff like that, but the game would probably end up crashing like really quickly. I mean, it'd be great if you can keep the game stable. I just don't know that the MT framework engine would be able to handle it. I just feel like it would melt down. How's my day been? All I've done is stream. Yesterday we did a ton of walking. We went to a mall and then We walked all the way across the city. Oh, thank God he got little. He's coming to get me. He's coming to get me. He's so cute when he's little, and he's so terrifying when he's big. Oh no, it's doing the thing! No. Please. Is the mod bug glitching? It's working mostly as intended. You see how it makes like a really tiny version of the radial menu? That's the bug. It's kind of funny, actually. It's actually kind of cute. I mean, I was sheathed. I mean, I was blocking. Can't even run. I can kind of run. I just wish I knew how much life he had. I know that's like counter to everything in Monster Hunter, but like I just wish I knew how close he was. Okay, hold on. I think I just fixed it, so. Hunter Pie. It was fun using it during Safi runs, just to see what weapon categories did what amount of damage. I was surprised how close everything was. thank God it's gone. His head clipped through my body. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That is one pod. That is pretty huge. Can't see me. His head is all screwed up. Because he's all stumpy, he takes him a really long time to get over to the cactuses. It's taken him a really long time. It's so hard. It's so hard. I mean, Zora Nergigante should be a cakewalk. I mean, we may have to disable the mod for Zora. We're about to find out what happens on this map. They still wacky in town. Oh, let's check. I mean, just don't get your expectations too high about Wiggly Zora. I don't know if it's gonna work for him or not.
星が輝かんことを。
マグダラオスを見送りに行きましょう。私たち全員で。
It looks mostly normal. This is, I mean, this is technically Zora 2, right? Zora 1 fell through the ground. I mean, this is it, but I'm just saying, like, don't get too excited. He's not even there. I know he is there. It's possible Nergy got... No. You don't normally get dropped into the lava, by the way. No. It's Zora, man. There was a team at Capcom that had to work really, really hard on this. And we're screwing it all up. I'm worried Nergigante is just gonna fall off of his back. I already dropped them. It would almost be a good thing if I died. Zora seems to be working. I mean, it's not perfect. No, hard mode I don't think is going to make us fight Nergigante. I'm good. It's just not working. Okay.
振動はマグダラオスが力を貯めています。
奴にダメージを
Oh, no.
与えてひるませろ。エネルギーの放出を防ぐんだ。よし。これより
This is supposed to be flat.
背の上のハンターたちはそのまま待機。単発式高速弾の用意はいいか。
He's already over here? He just got extra long. I don't know what to do.
単発式高速弾用意。 今だ。
That's not supposed to be there. He's not supposed to be here. Like, I can almost walk over to this area now.
待て。皆唱えよ。エネルギーガンテだ。やはり来た。ハンターたちに次ぐ。奴の迎撃準備をしろ。
ネルギガンテが現れました。外角前方。
行け。あるものは全て使える。
ゾラマグダラオスが体勢を変化。立ち上がろうとしています。
揺れに備えろ。振り落とされるな。
I mean, it's working. It's technically
マグ
working.
ダラオスが二足状態に体勢変更。
ハンターたちはネルギガンテの撃退を続行。任せたぞ。行け。
相棒。
The Nergigante should just leave on his own, I think. Okay. I always thought that was weird. He just leaves on his own. Alright, so it should be, assuming he doesn't clip through the ground, we should be good. I don't know if they gave the Zora extra life or not. Come on, buddy. There we go. He doesn't seem to be wiggling. Whoa! Like, in a way, he almost works. His arms were like flailing. I don't want to go too early. I don't want to end up on his back. Whoa, he's so small. I think if he was going to clip through the floor, I think he would have done it already. Or do those cannons miss? That makes sense. Our spacing... What? I was gonna say our spacing's all over the place. Frightening to watch? Are you worried that it's gonna crash? Because that's what I'm worried about. He just got wide, man. Oh wow, that was fast.
激輸送は行けるぜちいちゃん
I wonder if we're gonna actually see him. Not really. It didn't really connect because he's not the right size. He just kind of floats away a little bit. I'm really surprised he didn't crash the game. Like, I'm amazed. Hey, we got a gem. Time to get butt slammed by high rank. I need to take a break. I'm like mentally and physically exhausted by that Diablos and Rathalos.
どこにいますか？
Took me several hours to beat 2 low rank monsters. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Or today, whatever time zone it is for you. It's Saturday for me now? Okay. That means it'll be Saturday for you tomorrow. I'll see you on Saturday. Goodbye. I love you. Good night. See ya.